another point to make too is that, again, in the Rich Dad Insiders Club, you get the opportunity to be in a message forum essentially with all the other Rich Dad Insiders. Last I checked, I mean, how many members do you guys have in there now?
Oh, we have thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, I mean, you get an opportunity to communicate with these folks on big deals, small deals, mistakes, lessons learned, opportunities out there. Again, all in the Insiders Club. And so I don't forget at the end of this call, I want to take this opportunity to give you the opportunity. Philip's been very gracious to allow our users to try this Insiders out for free. So no obligation, just go in and try it out. The website, we're going to put this on our site later on, but just for tonight on the call, it's not on anywhere else but here. It's www.richdad.com/try-insiders. Let me say that one more time. www.richdad.com/try-insiders. And the code that you have to put in, and this is the point to write, is INV, and then the number 122006, and then the letter S as in Sam. Again, INV, and then the numbers 122006, and then the letter S. That's the code you put in. You'll get a free 30-day trial to the Insiders. You'll see me on there. I'm posting messages all the time under my account. I think it's C. Perlman on there. But definitely try it out. It's absolutely worth your while. Phil, again, this has been an absolutely wonderful opportunity for us to be able to have spoke with you tonight and go through some of these different topics. And is there something you want to leave our audience with? I know you and I, when we talk all the time, it's all about getting out there and just getting going. Action.
Yeah, it sure is. For any first timers, starting small. I think that was one of the lessons that I had to take on, and I started out trying to buy two fourplexes at the same time, and I ended up with one that cost me a lot of money, and the other one I lost the earnest money on. And the other piece is that the thing that I've learned is that in everything I've done, I've not been afraid to make the mistakes, and we talk about that a lot at Rich Dad, is that mistakes are the way we grow. And so for me, I would go less analysis, more direct at it, more just do it, and be willing to learn from the mistakes. The other thing that I would share is that I wouldn't invest money that I couldn't afford to lose. And I wouldn't put myself in a position where if I wasn't successful, that I was I was out on the street. But that was me personally. That was something that I didn't go for. That being said, there's no reason that you even have to use your own money. I mean, the power of OPM, the power of other people's money, utilizing leverage, all of those elements are there for you. And it really comes down to it. And I appreciate being on this call. I am super excited for what you're doing, Corey, and your team. And I just, hats off to that. Kendra Todd, who you had last week, is phenomenal. I've met her on many occasions at some of the Learning Annex seminars, and we've talked on numerous occasions about what she sees in the market, what we're doing here at Rich Dad. But ultimately, it really is staying connected, staying aggressive, getting out there, but being willing to know that, this doesn't happen overnight.
That's absolutely right.
You don't wake up tomorrow morning and become a real estate investor. You become a real estate investor over time, over experience, and over learning. And for me, that's the biggest opportunity that I've seen.
It's great. What I really appreciate about this company too is you guys, you celebrate the wins. You celebrate, when one of your employees here bought a laundromat and was able to get out of the rat race.
That's right. Oh, you got to believe it. I mean, especially the fact that since as employees we are, absolutely beat up on. It's probably the best way to put it. When we do have those successes, we absolutely always celebrate. We have a rule. We acknowledge wins.
Yeah.
And a win of getting somebody from being an E to truly being an S, where she was actually able to leave Rich Dad because she made more from her laundromat than she made from working here. I mean, those are the success stories that truly are phenomenal. But the real success of the brand is not what we've done in these four walls here. It's from people like you, Corey, who have gone out there and play the game with people, spread the message. Kendra too. I mean, you know, she told me the first time I saw her, Rich Dad was what got me started, and you know, I thank you guys so much for spreading that message, because it is through community, it is through people out there spreading it that have created the success that Rich Dad is today.
Absolutely. Well, we got a couple questions, little bonus questions, if you will, before we let you go, Phil, that came through the internet. I'll start with Barb from San Diego. She says, "What questions do you ask realtors that you are considering working with?"
The first and foremost, the most important piece, number one, how many investments do you have?
Absolutely.
You know, that's first and foremost. And that's part of the obvious question. The other one is, what other investors do you work with? And would you be willing to let me call them and pick their brain? Or can I even drive out with you, and can you show me, you know, and introduce some of these people to me? Who do you work with on a consistent basis? And then also, who's your team? You know, who do you recommend that's a mortgage broker, you know, escrow or title, appraiser, inspector? Who's that team that you're working with? The other thing is, there's also a list of some of those questions in the Real Estate Advantages book that you might be able to get a little bit more detail. But ultimately, you know, I want to understand and know not only what talk that person has done, because everybody can talk, but it's truly what they really have done, and seeing, and even maybe even have them take you out to one of their properties. If you really want to grill them, you know, hey, will you show me one of your investment properties? You know, it's different. I mean, you know, oh yeah, I work with hundreds of investors. Well, what kind of properties do you sell to them? You know, that's the type of questions I would ask them. You know, and the good ones, they'll have you on the phone in 2 minutes with 2 or 3 investors. You'll be in their car driving down the road to see a couple of the investment properties, and they'll be talking to you about how it cash flows or how they manage it or what they did with that property as an exit strategy.